Hi, I'm Khang and this is Khang's Course Russian History, a channel only made possible because of the World History Final. In today's video, I'll be talking about a man shrouded in mystery, a man so holy he's considered a messenger from God, a man that went mad for his religion, a man that went from this to this. That man is no other than Mr. Khang, is it Merlin? Know me from the past. That man is Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin, and the question I'll be answering today is, how did Rasputin's relationship with Tsarina Alexandra contribute to the destruction of the House of Romanov? Before I start answering my research question, let's learn about who Rasputin was. Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin was best known for his role as a mythical advisor to the court and house of Tsar Nicholas II. Born to a peasant family around 1869, Rasputin never received proper schooling as a child. However, he was said to possess supernatural abilities. At some point in his early life, he entered the Verkhovna monastery with intentions to become a monk. Although he did leave shortly after to get married. In his early 20s, he left his wife Praskovia and 3 children to make pilgrimages to the Holy Land. Ultimately, his journeys brought him to St. Petersburg, where he arrived with a reputation as a mystic and healer. With news of his mythical abilities spreading around, it finally reached Nicholas and Alexandra, who were struggling to find a cure for their son Alexei. Alexei, who was apparent heir to the throne after his father Nicholas, was born with hemophilia, an incurable disorder, but we'll discuss this in further detail later in the video. Nicholas and Alexandra, running out of options, sought out help from Rasputin. With his mythical and holy abilities, he somehow cured Alexei of an incurable disorder, and that to this day is still incurable. With this miracle, it brought him extremely close to the house to the royal family, especially Tsarina Alexandra. And that brings us to the open letter. An open letter to Rasputin. Dear Rasputin, your relationship with Tsarina Alexandra contributed to the fall of her house by means of curing Alexei, allowing your sensual desires to run rampant, failing to halt your atrocities within the royal house, and it permitted your involvement in state and military affairs. Your whole relationship with Alexandra only started because of Alexei. Thanks, Alexei, not only did you start one of the healthiest relationships in history, you contributed to the fall and murder of you and your entire family. Going back to his hemophilia disorder, this is a disorder where your blood doesn't clot normally. This disorder was very common around European royal families, for his mother and great-grandma Queen Victoria even suffered from it. With you curing Alexei, you won the heartfelt support from Alexandra. It also convinced her that you were sent from God to signify the unity between the people and the royal house. With you gaining the trust of the royal house, this is when your drinking and womanizing began to worsen. You would humiliate women and men, drink way too much, and force your fellow followers into seduction. Your horrific acts, however, were most likely influenced by your absurd religious sect known as the Khlistai. This sect was a banned religion that was active in Russia from the 17th century to the 20th century. Some of their bizarre rituals include self-flagellation, dancing and singing in a weird language around a fire, and sexual performances. Having committed these outrageous acts within the royal family, you, Rasputin, didn't receive any support from the people, except Nicholas and Alexandra. Church and political leaders urged Nicholas to sever ties with you, but he rejected their pleas, for he didn't want to accept Alexandra. This rejection from Nicholas angered the people, and this anger later fueled the revolution that eventually led to the fall of the royal house and empire. The people saw you as the epitome of the dark forces that were destroying their country. This view was later strengthened when Nicholas left for World War II and left Alexandra in control of domestic affairs. For some reason, she picked you to be her advisor. You, a man that has no experience in government. In doing so, you advised Alexandra to dismiss highly capable ministers and replace them with incompetent ones. This led to turmoil within Russia and a corrupted government. You pretty much signed a prescription for destruction and gave it to her. This brings us to the secret bamboo steamer. Ah! Tea! Thanks, Andy! I was thirsty from all this talking anyways. Wait, what? Don't drink it! Poison! Oh, poison! So why'd you give me tea in the first place? Apparently, if you were a mad monk like Rasputin, you could have drank this, get shot in the head, get stabbed multiple times, be thrown into a river, and to only finally die by drowning. With your death, Rasputin, and Nicholas away, Alexandra became unstable and lost control over the government. Poor management of the government led to famine, and this led to the people going on strike. Soon, Russia broke out in a revolution. The House of Romanov finally came to an end with Nicholas's abdication from the throne, and he and his family were brutally murdered in the following year. But hey, you, Rasputin, warned them since the beginning. If you were to die, the whole family dies with you. Best wishes, Khang. And that'll be all for today's Khang Source video. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.